video of him speaking Mandarin, which got delivered to the client. And when they responded, he took their message and then translated it using HeyGen to repeat back to him. And he closed a $50,000 commission with this from somebody that he still to this day hasn't had a single real conversation with in real life. It's all been AI conversations using HeyGen to transcribe what he's saying to his clients that speak a radically different language he has no clue about.
And I bet you it wasn't that hard to do.
He said it took him 5 minutes. For a $50,000 commission check, when the average agent would have either A, referred it to somebody else that speaks the language, or B, would have said, I can't help you, or ignored it. $50,000 commission check in a 5-minute effort by leveraging artificial intelligence to translate and be able to communicate, provide incredible service to somebody that speaks a different language and not let that opportunity pass. That is the power of AI for realtors. But the average agent that's turning a blind eye to it and saying, oh, this is so silly and it's not going to stick or it's not relevant, while you're taking that stance that this is not relevant and that you don't need to do it, there's agents out there closing a shit ton of deals using these tools.
And I think AI is the perfect time to, like, action takers will find a way to do it. And I think before AI and internet, like it took a really bold person, maybe a lot of time or money to find the way to do something. And now it's just been like kind of, I'll pass it along and someone else can do it. Whereas just like, if you take 10, 15 minutes, there's probably an AI or something online that could probably help you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I just have to say, it's Quebec, not Quebec.
Don't even get me started.
I had to. Shut up, my Quebecois.
Yeah. I got to show you that Theo Vaughn.
Switching tax services can be a drag and drop. At H&R Block, switching to us couldn't be quicker or easier with our drag and drop feature. Whether you're switching from TurboTax or a different service, just drag, drop, go. H&R Block. Make the switch in less than 2 minutes.
I'm going to show you that Theo Vaughn quote about French people. Have I sent that to you?
I love it, dude. He's so funny. He's just like, I'll take it. He's like, yeah.
Hates it.
Do you have any other success stories like that?
So one of them was actually an agent that was using that software that I can't talk about when it comes to being able to identify the ideal buyer persona for a property. They use that in a listing presentation over the weekend, and it's a new agent that closed or that got a $2.9 million listing down in California against 10 other highly qualified luxury agents. And this is a newbie that was able to bring that to the listing presentation.
No way.
That's super cool, right? Another one, Adam Gillespie in our group, right? He had a property that had some crazy zoning issue and bylaw quirk that the city wasn't going to let the transaction go through. And he actually used ChatGPT to scrape the entire bylaws and zoning details and was able to go forward and present the city with his claim. The deal went through. Otherwise, he would have lost a $30,000 commission. Like, it's just crazy what this does for you. And, you know, it goes back to that saying that the more you know, the more you grow. Mm-hmm. And the more you can just add these tools to your toolkit, you might not use it every day, like HeyGen with Dominic. Like, that's not something you're going to use every day. But if he didn't have that toolkit in his back pocket, then he never would have had that $50,000 commission, right? He might use that once or twice a year, but at least he's aware that it exists, right? That's the key with these tools is it's not like it has to replace your day-to-day work, but you at least need to be privy to what is out there and know how to use it when the time comes. But there are things that you should be using every day, like ChatGPT, right? There's not a single day that I don't use that for the work that we do.
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Like, I never use the tweezers in there, but I know what's in there.
Yeah.
Like, I might use it once in a while. So I know we talked about it a lot, but I think there's so much risk if you ignore AI.
Yeah.
Like you said, that Dominic wouldn't have gotten that check. That guy wouldn't have broke into the luxury market. I guess I don't know how to frame this. Like, what more risk can you have if you ignore AI?
Well, it's just accepting the fact that this is yet another thing that's going to allow agents to separate the gap. And if you don't capitalize on it, you're accepting that you're going to fall behind. And this, you have to look at it not selfishly of like, how can I benefit so much from AI? Every agent is always like, oh my God, my number one priority is providing incredible service to all of my clients. And I go above and beyond every other agent for providing service to my clients. Okay, then fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Right? Because how can you compete with an agent that's leveraging AI to have the documentation go to the perfect time every time? Nothing gets missed. Everything gets checked over. Everything gets reviewed. And it's a completely seamless process while they're spending time with their kids, while they're on vacation, while they're doing a passion or hobby. Yet you're sitting there having to manually do it every single time. And if you forget, or if you have an appointment, or if you get sick, if you're delayed on a flight and something happens and you can't do it, guess who that falls on? You every time. You can automate that. So you're out here talking about wanting to provide the best service for your clients, yet you're not willing to adapt to technology that's going to allow you to provide exceptional service to your clients. You're out here saying that you know you need to use social media and that you don't have time or don't have the skill set or you're not techie, when there's tools out here that take literally elementary school learning curves to become familiar with, and you're not willing to do that because you want to rest on your laurels of your excuses as to why you can't do something. This is a year of no excuses. And again, there's going to be a lot of people caught with their pants down, and there's zero sympathy, zero for that, because there are no valid reasons anymore.
Let's go.
Yeah.
2025.
Let's go. This is the year. Loud, proud, leverage technology. And dude, like, I've now become more of a techie person, but I'm learning all kinds of stuff that makes me uncomfortable. Like learning ChatGPT and using this on a daily basis took me months because I was so rigid and in my structure of bullet pointing my own videos, writing my own bullet points. And then as soon as I started forcing myself to use it every single day, dude, I've never gone back. I can't imagine going back to doing it manually and having to think about the perfect hooks and the perfect scripts and the perfect videos every single time. We do it cut my content time down in like by 75%, right? Because I used to spend so much time manually having to do that. So it's exciting, but it's exciting for those that are willing to get uncomfortable, accept that it's a journey, but it's like those that were on social media early, right? No wonder the videos are good 5 years later, right? Because they got started. It's like me now. It's like, okay, well, I want to be me on YouTube now in 5 years with AI. Well, that means I got to start now. So in 5 years, I'm actually a savage when it comes to AI. I'm not right now. I'm pretty good. I'm getting there. We're getting better. We're developing a lot of stuff. We're testing a lot of stuff, like above average by far, but certainly not to the extent that I would like to be when I see some of the people out there when it comes to automations and stuff. But guess what you got to do? Start and keep doing it every single day consistently and make it a part of your day.
I love that. And you need a mindset. It's a changing journey. So
yeah, have fun with it, dude.
I mean, that's what we're here for. It's just, we're learning, we're growing.
Yeah.
Have fun. Do it. Try it.
Yeah.
Who cares if you suck? You probably will.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I suck at a lot of things every day. I'm still trying.
Facts.
So, yeah. I guess any advice for getting into AI?
Get started today. Download ChatGPT, add it to your phone, make it your default browser. And the next time you need to search something, like, dude, when I took my mom to New York, like the way that I found the best restaurant was I looked up what are the best steakhouses within a 5-minute walk of this hotel, and I found at the restaurant. Like, I use it for everything. Crazy thing, right? We get to the airport, this chaotic monstrosity of an airport, and I said, how do I get from this airport to this hotel with the bus terminal? And it showed me it gave me a map of the exact exit I had to leave on the exact terminal of the exact bus I had to get on when the next bus was coming in order to, for free, get to the hotel. All I did was ask ChatGPT. Otherwise, you would have been stressed running around asking employees at the airport. Ask the freaking platform. So my number one recommendation, just start to use it. That's the more you use it, the more you're going to use it.
The more excited you'll be and the more you'll want to use it more.
Yeah. Right? That sounded way better than what I said.
Just add it on.
Facts. So yeah, moral of the story, dude, I'm excited. The ones that are going to leverage it are the ones that are going to actually get a massive competitive advantage. And it's not just when it comes to content. I think that's what people are harping on right now. It comes down to the client experience that you can provide. And at the end of the day, that's the number one goal for agents. So With that being said, if you have any questions about artificial intelligence, any AI platform, thoughts, opinions, questions, concerns, drop them in the comment. That's what keeps us inspired to keep putting these videos out. We love hearing from you guys, and thankfully we've got some good feedback, but we want to hear from you.
I thought you were going to say, drop it in ChatGPT.
Yeah. We'll respond to you using ChatGPT.
Yeah, just name your ChatGPT, Pat or Mike, and we'll get back to you instantly.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
I love that. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
At Whittier, we can hold real estate assets as a fiduciary or serve as an investment advisor over those assets. Our team also has the ability to serve as trustee on trusts with
The thought of TikTok being banned is really important for agents to understand, because the truth is that I know a ton of agents that have built huge followings on TikTok, but they don't own that following. Turn the light bulb on a little bit when it comes to the daily activities you're already doing. Find simple ways to create content by the nature of what you're already doing. But I don't think this is the year to replace yourself with AI. What is going to dominate this year, which is hyper local content. And I'm going to explain exactly how to farm on social media. Previously, Google was the #1 search platform in the world. YouTube #2.
Okay.
Guess who's #3?
I don't know.
TikTok. Don't overcomplicate this. People have already done it before. Just do it better. There have been some major changes when it comes to social media coming into 2025, and most of them are going to impact your business, but not in the way you might be thinking. So what we're going to dive into today is the state of social media, artificial intelligence and how it applies to content creation, but also some of the critical trends that you need to be aware of if you want to generate consistent free leads from your social media content. And again, there's going to be a few surprises in here because some of the changes aren't going to be what you're expecting. What's going on, dude? We're back.
We're back. Long time off.
Long time off. Well, welcome back to the RE CEO podcast. This is our journey to help you become the CEO of your real estate business, where we share tactical strategies every single Wednesday. And all that we ask in return is that you share this with somebody and drop a comment below with whatever your biggest takeaway is by the end of this session. We love getting your feedback. We love getting your questions. And we use that in order to guide our next episode so that we can help you achieve your goals coming forward this year. But again, super excited to be here, dude. We're back, and new year, new journey, new trends, new opportunities.
How's the beginning of the year for you?
Awesome. It's been awesome, dude. I think, last year was such a growth year, such a year of building, that this is a year where it just seems like we have clarity, we have direction, things are coming together. We're, fully focused. And especially with our niche being social media, this is the year to go all in on that.
A lot of moving pieces, big things coming, a lot of things in the works.
Yeah.
Let's start it off. Where do you think social media is right now? There's TikTok's on the verge of being banned in a few days, allegedly, or whatever's going on with that.
Yeah.
There's new platforms being built. Trends are coming, trends are going. Right now, where do you see the state of social media right now in 2025?
Well, the TikTok thing is really interesting. And I think this is an eye-opening conversation for a lot of people because it's set to be banned, in a few days from when we're recording this, and the decision will be made by the time this video goes out. But I think this is an eye-opening experience for a lot of people, and I want to explain why that is. The thought of TikTok being banned is really important for agents to understand, because the truth is that I know a ton of agents that have built huge followings on TikTok, but they don't own that following. And that's where a lot of agents go wrong. I don't own the subscribers I have on YouTube. I don't own the followers I have on Instagram. And so what happens if that gets taken away? That's what agents are facing right now. And it's really eye-opening when you see how much of a panic state they're in, realizing that they might lose one of their biggest sources of business. And here's why that's eye-opening, because most of them don't have an email list. And I've harped on this for years, is that social media platforms can change, they can go away, they can evolve, they can, disappear, or they can get banned. And you don't own that following or any of the content on there. So if TikTok gets banned and that was your only source of business and you don't have an email list, what are you going to do? But here's the thing with me is that my email list is almost the same size as my Instagram following. So my Instagram out of way, cool. I've got a big email list. I can go rebuild that on any given platform. I own that email list. It's an asset that is mine. And this is going to be something that agents need to be aware of going forward, where they haven't started to think about the fact that they don't own these platforms and stuff like this can change. So I think it's a rude awakening for people when they are just floating through life on social media thinking that these platforms are always going to be this way. It's never going to go away. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen. They built a big following and it'll always be there. Well, look at where we're at now, right? Not so much, not the case always. And that's why I think it's really critical for agents that are leveraging social media to make sure that they have some sort of a lead magnet, some sort of an email capture sequence so that they can actually own an asset in case, heaven forbid, something happens. Because in the past, dude, I've had my Instagram taken down 9 times because people back in 2018, 2019, they would steal all my photos and then they would report my account before I got verified as an imposter. And what would happen is my Instagram would get taken down and it would be like, oh my God, what's happening? What am I going to do? Where's my business going to come from? Back before my YouTube channel was bigger. And that's when I started realizing I need to build an email list. And that's when I went full tilt, building out assets that I can trade in exchange for contact information, to the point where now if something happens, heaven forbid, it's not really the end of the world. Because we have a big list of people that we can go get in contact with again saying, hey, we just started this new thing because this happened over here. Cool. But those who don't have that in place are clearly in for a pretty rude awakening.
I'm thinking of the old Rolodex, the paper ones with the Rolodex, and it's just like caught in flames.
Yeah.
So I think it's important in the world of uncertainty to get backup and get that email list somewhere, or like that list of your customers or clients or whatever somewhere else so you can adapt and move on forward, right?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm just going to jump to trends here. What do you think the biggest needle moving trends are right now?
Yeah, I've got a few. So I want to, really kind of unpack these here because, the first thing that I want to say, and I wrote this because it's so critical, is that I think 2025 is the year to be loud and to be very focused on your brand. And so many agents struggle with this on social media. And I think it's because the majority of agents want to take a very humble approach to social media, but there's a big, dangerous side to that, which is that their humility gets in the way of them sharing wins. And when they're not loud about their wins, people in their market, buyers and sellers, end up working with other agents that aren't as diligent, don't care as much, don't put as much effort into it because they didn't know that agent exists, right? So by being humble, there's some credit there. But if you're humble to the point where you're not sharing your wins, your successes, and everything that you've achieved to help other people, all that you're doing is, it goes back to that situation where every agent that I know has heard of the situation where some buyer seller comes to them, 4 to 6 months after they bought or sold a home. And they're like, oh my God, if I knew about you when I bought or sold a home, the agent that I worked with was terrible. You are doing a disservice to your market by not being loud and proud about your successes. And agents are leaning on humility as a crutch as to why they feel like they can't be loud and proud because they don't want to be egotistical, they don't want to boast, they don't want to brag. But there's a humble way to do that by sharing the successes and the stories and the people that they've changed lives for, right? And so by people not doing that, by not sharing that, they're doing a disservice to not only their business, but also their local market center. And that's when clients go work with all these other agents that don't care as much or don't put as much effort into the process. So this is the year for all my fellow introverts or people that don't like to share your wins on social. This is the year to change that, right? I know some killers on social media as realtors that don't post anything and they don't want to be loud about it. This is the year to get loud. And it's also important to be omnipresent this year. And omnipresence is the essence of being everywhere. I think in the past, it was okay to focus on one platform, but now that the general public is becoming so familiar with navigating different platforms, like my parents watch YouTube, but then they also send each other memes on TikTok, and then I send my mom all kinds of trolling videos on Instagram, right? They're using all of them.
Yeah.
But that's the average person these days. And so if you don't have a strong brand consistent across all platforms, you're also missing out opportunities. So it's really critical that in 2025, you put equal amounts of effort across the board. You might not get the same results across the board, but at least have the same level of presence, right? And let's talk about some of these trends. So when it comes to trends, and some of these are going to be really important for agents, but really good for them, because I think a lot of times people get fearful of trends in the sense of like, it's difficult, it's overwhelming, it's time sensitive, I got to capitalize on it, I got to dance.
Someone's doing it.
Yeah, everybody, no.
Yeah.
So let's talk about stuff, and my definition of a trend is going to be something that's actually relevant.
I want you to try this new way of trading, and if it doesn't give you a safe and predictable income over the next 8 weeks of trying it, I'll personally hand you $7,000. And I know that's a pretty crazy thing to offer, but over 900 regular people have already tried this system, and it's worked for them. And it doesn't matter if you don't have that much money, you don't have much experience, because the best part about this new way of trading is that it only takes an hour a day. Let me show you how it works. My name is Jordan, and after losing nearly $15,000 my first 3 years of trading, I was about to give up. But when I switched to this new way of trading, I made over $500,000 in my first year. Mark earned $60,000 in just 6 weeks, and Zach, who had lost over $10,000, now makes that every single month, all from this new way of trading. And here's the thing, neither I nor these people are smarter than you. We're just using a new way to trade that's been statistically proven to work. And it's not too late for you to get started. You can click the link below and watch a short video on exactly how we were able to do it. Even Matt, while working his 9 to 5, made $18,000 in just 8 weeks. And John, he told his boss he was retiring early after seeing profits from this new way of trading. So listen, I'm not here to promise you the world, but I am here to break down people. And trust me, it's not your fault if you're struggling right now. Chances are you're stuck trying to make the old way of trading work when it simply doesn't. If you're looking to supplement your income or even replace your 9 to 5 with trading, click the link around this video to see a quick training on what this new style of trading even is. This is the missing piece you've been searching for to become a profitable trader, whether you're brand new or if you've been struggling for years. No more guessing or trading with emotions. With this new style of trading, you'll execute every trade with precision and never have to guess where to enter or exit again. The truth is, anyone can become profitable with the right long-term back-tested strategies. All you have to do is click the link below to learn the new style of trading that I use to generate weekly cash flow and even allow me to leave my 9 to 5 to become a full-time trader. And let me tell you what this isn't. It's not spending hours glued to the screen, chasing alerts or signals, gambling on penny stocks, or trying unproven strategies you found on YouTube or social media. It's also not constantly searching for setups on your watch list. This is about the old way of trading, filled with frustration and emotional highs and lows. This is something completely different. A proven method that's delivered life-changing results in just 8 weeks. So click the link below to learn this exact system so you can become profitable in the next 8 weeks. I'll see you there.
Wholesalers have awful profit margins, and they're on this never-ending hamster wheel. So fix and flippers are constantly stressed out about construction projects and having all their money tied up. And if you're a landlord, the passive income that you make isn't really a ton, nor is it actually passive to begin with. But what if I told you that it was possible to earn 50 to 65K profit per deal without ever needing to do a rehab project or manage a tenant, and that you could actually get into these deals without ever risking your own capital or borrowing from expensive hard money lenders? And that's exactly what Michael experienced with our system.